Hi, my Scorpios. Welcome to your mid-month reading. This is the guidance for your soul and love. Um, I want to mention that these are general readings and that it will resonate with you partially, completely. Two, these are good for your sun sign, moon sign, and your rising sign. And let's start. Remember that this reading, sorry, I'm still sick, came from Florida, so the weather in New York is not really helping me. It was so hot and nice, and I was doing way better, and then came back, and boom, seems like I'm again with the cold. So anyway, so your first card is the Ace of Wands in reverse, and let's look at this. Look at your cards. Let's look at this. Okay, so now you can see all the cards. All right, let me see if you can see it because, all right, good. So let's talk about this. Your first card is the Ace of Wands reverse, followed by the Two of Wands reverse. All right. So these two cards is telling me this is the energy you will be in this next last 2 weeks of April. So Scorpio, if you want to know, first of all, if you want to know more about the astrological aspects, go back to the monthly that I did for Scorpio. And I think I mentioned something about your perception and how you look at yourself in the mirror, right? So Ace of Wands reverse, Two of Wands reverse. It makes sense. It makes sense because the problem is, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. The problem is that you're finding a little bit difficult to see clearly or define what is that you really want. So you're going to be sent in this mode in this last 2 weeks. You're going to feel like a lack of direction, unmotivated, uninspired, and you're going to be stuck in a crossroad between your mind and your heart. That's why the Two of Wands is here. However, let's check what is behind, because I really want to know what is oh, nice. 10 of 10 of 10 of Pentacles, and it's here, right, upright. So you have the stability, you have everything, but I'm still going to tell you, it's just your perception. You have everything there. You have stability, especially when it comes to your material world. I think you doing good. You doing good in there, in that department, but your problem is that it's still doubting what is that you really want. And it's not about what you have, but it's like what you really want when it comes to your family, when it comes to your marriage, um, when it turns to probably what your goals are, what you're heading. So you're going to be unmotivated, like feeling like, like you need to contemplate more because you're struggling to really know what you really want and what you need to avoid. There's two cards that came up here, and it is the Turkey and it is the Lightning. The Turkey is just telling me that you need to avoid your anger, and sometimes you Scorpios can get very mean when you get very upset and very sarcastic. So actually, I'm just gonna let you see what it says. It says someone is behaving stupidly, and I think that you are going to be in that mode because you right now getting upset because you don't know where you're going, where you're heading, where you want to, what you really want. So when you are in that mode, which I don't blame you, you guys get upset, and you're gonna need to control that anger. That's why the Lightning is here. Control that anger, or you will be sorry. So whatever you're passing through, because remember, this is a reading for the entire department of your life, love, work, finances, whatever it is. You guys need to contemplate first where you at, where you want to go. Do not get angry because you might behave stupidly like a turkey, crazy and picking on people. You don't want to do that. So you need to focus, okay, and contemplation. What you really want, what you want to do, what you want to head. Um, and I know you guys have been waiting for certain news. That's why you're getting the bird perched. And it means like waiting for news. And what you are waiting for is to really climb that ladder and feel like you are going to be successful. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to climb that ladder. Everybody wants to have the news and letters, maybe something you're waiting for, and then you getting like a little, you losing your peace, you losing your tranquility because you want to see it and it's not happening, and you're feeling very unmotivated. But what you really need to focus on, my Scorpios, is in your family, right? And I tell you what it says. The situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gift within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. And I was just saying, like, you losing that peace inside of you, like, you're feeling unmotivated. It might be rooted in maybe you had any issues with someone from your family, even from with your husband, or wife, or some or a sibling that you have trouble with, and maybe you're waiting to hear from this person or something like that. But you need to focus and heal that issue, and also um, you need to heal from the inside, okay? Because what is your lesson for this month? It says grief. So my Scorpios, you are still trying to heal inside. Whatever happened in the past stays in the past. And some of you have been struggling and healing from the past. So I understand that. Whatever happened, that's your lesson. Your lesson is to understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So grieve it, let it go, and move on. Okay, and there's always a lesson there when we lose someone or we lose something from our life, and it's okay. But also, the card was below it was humor. So grieve it, let it go, learn what you needed to learn from it, appreciate the lesson, and then focus on the lighter side of life. And that's what the humor says here. So it's time for you, my Scorpios, to move on, focus in your family, focus in what you have, because you too much in what I want to get. Like, you are really in the future far ahead, and maybe that's what it's kind of like draining your energy, and that's why the Ace of Wands reverse is here, because it's draining you're moving too far ahead instead of focusing on what you have and focusing healing, not only in the inside out, but healing it within the family. If you have any family issues with the ceiling, like I said, work on that. Then from my singles, we have the Whip, the Heart, and the Anchor. So these cards represent something. I have to say the Whip, it has to be something with, things that are repeating itself over and over. And the Anchor means something like being settling into something with someone in love. But at the same time, I feel like this is for my singles, completely singles. You have nobody. You might like someone. You might be dating someone, but you're not really in a serious relationship. So for you guys, my singles, what's going on here is that you guys, what it's telling me, you guys are over and over having this, I would say not anger, but I would say the Whip usually means something like pain inflicted, like the whip when someone hit you, like you feeling hit it and inflicted by wanting to settle in love. So maybe that's why you're feeling a little unmotivated, right, when it comes to your love life. But there is something good in here, because when you see this cards, I want to show you this. This cards is telling me like there's something that this last 2 weeks you might get, like some of you gonna settle probably in a relationship finally, or some of you are still going to be conflicted by trying to settle with someone. If you are seeing someone, you're not in a relationship, you're seeing someone, so you might be dealing with this type of energy, and that's why probably is causing you to be a little bit unmotivated. And you know, where are we heading, what directions we taking when it comes to the relationship? Are you going to be with me or not? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And because you still not even a boyfriend and girlfriend, you just seeing each other. And if you have nobody, well, this might shows that you still having issues to find the person you want to settle in with. So for my couples, we have the same card, the Anchor, we have the Mountain, and we have the Bouquet. So these cards are for my couples. You are in a relationship, serious relationship. It doesn't matter if you live in together or not, if you marry or not, but you're in a serious relationship. We have something and a challenge here in your relationship. Maybe some type of stubbornness. Someone is having some stubbornness over here, my Scorpios, that are basically delaying your happiness and your joy in your relationship. So maybe something from the past that you're learning from, like release the grief, learn from it, and let go. It's kind of like blocking you from really enjoying your relationship. This card also means, like I said, stubbornness. So maybe something you need to let go and release. Um, it might be with the anger, stop being so sarcastic, pick on your partner, or something that it needs to be changed in your relationship because it's blocking your happiness. So my Scorpio, my couples, you guys really need to, sometimes you guys can be very, sarcastic, and the way you guys behave, and when you get angry, you start picking and picking. So, stay in the lighter side of life. It's okay to grieve. Focus on your family, focus on your relationship, focus and change the patterns that you know are not working for you. And it is important that you know that this is why the reason you are motivated is because of this situation. Even at work, if you're dealing with co-workers, remember, the only way you're going to be successful is to make the changes that you need to do. And what your lesson is, grieve it, let it go, do not hold on to resentments and all that stuff, and move on. All right, so I wish you much love, much light. Big kiss for you, my Scorpios, and I'll see you on May. Ciao.